Hello, 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 my dear friends, my dear viewers. Welcome back to the channel on this Wednesday, which is usually empty, but this week I decided this Wednesday will have a video. In fact, all of the days of this week, almost all of them, have a video. On Monday we had two, the Seven Deadly Sins and the Promised Neverland. Yesterday we had Skyrim. Today we have this one, which you already know what video it is by the title, and I will be saying that in a few moments. And tomorrow we will have the live reaction of this week's chapter of Boku no Hero Academia. All days except Friday, because, come on, give me a break. Friday's Friday, right? So, before we start, I do hope you don't hear the music from my upstairs neighbor. She decided it was a good idea to put music out loud, as she usually does. It's fantastic how some people don't understand that might actually bother other people, but never mind. Politeness is a scarce rarity nowadays. So if you do hear it, I apologize. In fact, even if it stays in the video won't even be published, which I hope it doesn't happen, because I usually don't do re-records. So anyway, this video is, as you can see by the title, a One Piece theory, and it's a theory about a saga, arc, whatever you want to call it, that I've been mentioning a lot in my recent live reaction videos, which is the supposed next arc after Whole Cake Island, which is the Reverie. And as the title of this video implies, I believe that the Reverie won't go well. It's expected in many ways that this Reverie won't go well, but the way I present to you here today might be a little too much. But I think it would be fantastic for it to happen that way. It would be a nice trigger for the Wano country saga. Now, I will be following some points I've written for this theory. I'm not going to be speaking just out of my head, because this theory really has a lot of things that I want to mention. Some of those will be mentioned and will be of later use to another theory I am working on, which will be more specifically about the Wano saga. So some of the concepts, bear in mind that some of the concepts and ideas that I present in this theory will be used on that theory as well. So let us start from the beginning. We know the Reverie has a lot of familiar and unfamiliar faces. We will focus on the familiar faces for this video. So we have the company from Alabasta, Vivi, Chaka, Pell, King Cobra, and so far the only known ones are them. Maybe Marines such as Ina, Full Body, and Django will be there, but they don't really matter for this theory. We have Shirahoshi, King Ryu, all her brothers, so that's 5 more people. And then we have King Riku, Viola, Rebecca, probably Manchuri, and I believe probably members of the 5th fleet of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, meaning the Tontatas. Leo, maybe the Beetle guy and the Bee Tontata, I forgot their names, maybe they'll all be there. So I think you see what I'm getting here. All these people I mentioned, they are friends with Luffy. They don't know that all of them are friends with Luffy, but that's important for this theory. Over the course of the meeting, and given some of the points we know are going to be discussed, like the relocation of Fishman Island, the end of the racism and discrimination against fishermen, will be points that will be taken into consideration, and I believe that Vivi and her company, and Riku and his company, maybe even the King of Provence will also be on board with the fishermen. They will all kind of band up together in some situations, given their similar personalities, their good personalities. they will become a natural match, and they will become natural friends over the course of the reunion. Now, the reunion will go on, many issues will be discussed, some of them we might heard of, some of those we will not. But what I think is, towards a certain point of the meeting, Cobra will drop the big bomb, which is he'll bring up the issue with the poneglyphs and the Void Century. We know that he's actually planning to bring that to the Reverie, and that will be the trigger for something important that happens in this Reverie. I'm doing this a lot, I don't know why, just things. If I must have my hands moving in some way, otherwise, I don't know, I lose focus or anything. So, in that point that Cobra brings that topic, the meeting will just... First there will be a general silence. Some of that silence will be out of ignorance, because some people on the meeting might not know about the poneglyphs, about the Void Century. They might not even know that there's a portion of history that's missing. And another part of the silence will be of fear, of disdain, because the people who will actually know what Cobra is talking about don't want that to be discussed. They will mask it up as the ravelings of a dying old man, and they will call for a break on the meeting. Some people will dismiss it. In fact, most people on the meeting will dismiss it as just that, as the ravelings of a dying old man. But the people I mentioned in the beginning of the video will actually know exactly what Cobra is talking about, specifically the Fishmail Island group, because they have a poneglyph right beside their island. In fact, in their island, but just a little bit away from it. They have an ancient ship that's probably connected with the people from the Lost Kingdom, so they, better than anyone else in that meeting, will understand Cobra's question. So, during that break, I believe that Vivi and Pell will approach Shirahoshi and her group. They will begin speaking about the poneglyphs in a hushed tone. They will not openly brag about it. In the meantime, there might be some confusion with Walpole, with some other kings and queens. I'm really not gonna go into many details on what happens between the various other attendants. I will be mainly focused on the people I spoke of at the beginning. So, I believe that Vivian Pell will separate from Cobra and Shaka, and they will stay speaking with the Ryugu royals for a little bit. And as the conversations come and go, they will realize that they all have a point in common. That point being Luffy. In the meantime, while they're getting to that realization, Riku, Viola, Rebecca and the Tontatas will also realize that, and they will all then band together. This is what's going to bring all these people together. Not only their beliefs and personalities, but also their common friend, which is Luffy and the Straw Hats. But not everything is fun and games. I did say that I thought this Reverie isn't going to end well. And then, all of a sudden, bells start ringing, alarm bells start ringing, and an explosion is heard. There's an attack going on in the Holy Land of Marijoa, of Marijo's. I don't actually know how to say Marijoa. It's Marijoa, isn't it? Let me just check that for a while. One been speaking Mary. It's not Marijuana or anything. It's Mary Joyce. Marijoa. The kanji, the official Japanese is Marijoa. Okay, something like that. The Holy Land. You guys know. And who's beyond that attack? If you haven't guessed it, I'm gonna say it. Kaido and his crew. Mainly, the attack is going to be led by Kaido himself and his 3 calamities. So, we kinda speculate that Kaido's top members are named after the highest cards in a card deck, the highest valued cards in a card deck. So we have Kaido, which is the king, as in his epithet, the king of the beasts. We have Jag, which represents the Jack or the Knave. It's another name for the Jag character, for the Jag card. We will have an unknown calamity, which will represent the Queen card. And this is probably a surprise for some of you that this is even a thought that's come to my mind. But I think that the Ace card representative is going to be the S-Drake. Yes, I believe X-Drake will be the Ace card, the Ace calamity of the Beast Pirates. And my explanation for it is, you know, in some card games, the Ace is the most valuable card, while in others, it's the least valuable. So, I think that he's going to be the Ace of Kaido's calamities, because Kaido thinks of him as his ace in a hole, like a guy with an ancient devil fruit of a T-Rex, a guy who came to offer his services, and above all else ended a rebellion on one of his territories. We saw that on Caribou's cover arc story. In fact, that cover arc story will also be important for this. I will go back to that later. So I think Kaido has Drake in some high esteem. He has a rare Zoan Devil Fruit, which fits in perfectly with Kaido's dream of having an old Zoan Devil Fruit crew. And he also proves himself to be a loyal follower and crew member. But as in Kaido's card game, Drake is the most valuable, so is in another game. He can't be the most valuable in both games. So in one of those, he'll have to be the least valuable. And that will be Kaido's card game. I believe that Drake will betray Kaido and prove to be the least valuable to him than Kaido thought. And I think Drake will betray Kaido for another alliance. I don't know if I speak of them. I do, I actually do. But I'll speak of who he betrays him for later in this video. So, why is Kaido in the Reverie? Why is Kaido with his 3 chief calamities in the Reverie? The answer is Shirahoshi, aka the ancient weapon Poseidon. Yes, I think Kaido and this crew are in the Reverie because of Shirahoshi. Now, remember when I said Caribou's cover arc story was going to be important? Well, Caribou was captured by X-Drake and supposedly taken to Kaido as a prisoner. Now, being faced with a Yonko, in Caribou's shoes, which is a coward character, what would you do? You would try to find a way to have something to barter your freedom for. In Caribou's case, he has the most powerful piece of information anyone could to barter with a Yonko. Let alone a Yonko, a pirate who seeks power, which is Kaido's case. Caribou went and told Kaido that Shirahoshi, the mermaid princess of the Ryugu kingdom, is the ancient weapon Poseidon. So yes, Kaido and his crew have gone to Marijo, to the Reverie, to capture Shirahoshi. And despite the large marine force that is present at the Reverie, which I think that there must be a very large force of marines in Marijo, vice admirals, maybe even admirals, Kizaru, Fujitora. I don't know if Fujitora will be present based on his last meeting with Akainu. Maybe Green Bull is there, or maybe he's not. I don't know how the security works in the Reverie, but I expect that at least CP0 will be there. Lucy Kaku, Khalifa, Bluno, all the members we know from the old CP9, I think they will be in the Reverie as the members of CP0 that they are now. But then Kaido manages to take Shirahoshi, not simply like this, but you know, things will happen, blows will be exchanged, but Kaido, the important thing here is Kaido will take Shirahoshi for sure. So, meanwhile, remember when Cobra talked about the poneglyphs in the Reverie and then there was a break? I mentioned that during the break, Vivi and Pell were speaking with Shirahoshi and the others. I didn't mention Cobra and Chaka, and that's for a very good reason. Cobra was actually called to a separate room, and in that room he will be killed by CP0. I don't think specifically by Lucy or any of the others. That would be amazing though, for Lucy or any of the others to kill him. But I don't think it will be any of them. Perhaps not even anyone from CP0. But once again, the important point here is I think Cobra will die in the Reverie. It has been hinted that Cobra will die someday in the story, in the Around the World cover story arc. We saw Cobra bedridden, and when we saw them setting out to the Reverie, he was in a wheelchair and his health was severely impacted. Chaka even said, "Are you sure you want to go, Your Majesty? Shouldn't you stay here and focus on getting better?" And he says, "No, I want to go, I want to bring up that topic." So, Cobra will appear dead. And the way he's going to appear dead and people are going to see him is when Kaido and the Calamities break through. By some reason, they will break through exactly in the room that Cobra was, which is not very far from the place that everyone else was. So, when Kaido and the Calamities break through, lots of rubble and lots of bodies will be left hurt, perhaps even dead. And among those bodies, Vivi and Pell will see King Cobra. But they will not, of course, realize that he was killed by CP0. They will instead think he was killed by Kaido. And that's what will spark Vivi to want to take revenge on Kaido. I know, it's very, very stupid on her part, but it's a girl who just lost her dad, supposedly to a pirate, so I wouldn't blame her for wanting revenge on Kaido. And she will set out to not only avenge her father, but also to save Shirahoshi, that she has now befriended and learned she was a friend of Luffy. So, she will try to set out after Kaido by a loose tongue. The one who captures Shirahoshi, maybe Jack or the Queen Calamity, they will say, "You're coming with us to Wano." And that will prompt everyone else to know that Kaido is at Wano. If that's not already of common knowledge, I am not sure of that. So, but as Vivi is enraged and like shouting to the whole winds that she's going to Wano to avenge her father, Lucy promptly steps in and says, "No, this is a job for the CP0, we will bring him down." Mainly to and not allow the truth to be told, because by some way one of the Calamities will understand the situation, and this time it's either the Queen or X-Drake. I think it will be X-Drake. In fact, I would very much love that X-Drake would be the one to spark Vivi to go to Wano, by like saying, "You know, I know of your connection with him being the Straw Hat. You shan't have any worries from me, I'll keep the princess safe. In the meantime, the ones you should worry are the ones who so promptly will try to help you." This means that that Drake actually knows that the CP0 killed her father, but she won't understand it in the moment. She will be confused. She won't take Drake's word for it, although she will waver a little bit, but she won't take his word for it. And so, after the commotion is out and about, she will escape Marijoa with Pell, herself, Pell, and the Tone Tartars. Minus Manchery if she goes. I don't want Manchery on this saga. Please, no. Manchery is cool, she's cute and all, but her devil fruit is way too overpowered. So, leave her out of this. So, we'll have Vivi, Pell, the Tone Tartar Corpse, maybe someone from the Ryugu Kingdom. I don't know, and actually I wouldn't want them to. I want Vivi to go alone with Pell, maybe Shaka if he isn't dead, and just the Tone Tartars. A small force to an infiltration mission, saving Shirahoshi at least, because she knows she wouldn't be able to do anything against Kaido. The reason why the Tone Tartars will go is because Leo will remember that the Straw Hats were together with samurais and that they were heading to Wano, so they have a chance of meeting him there, and they'll use the Viver card to actually go there. They will follow the Viver card of Luffy, and although they will go slightly around, I believe that Luffy will reach Wano before them, and that's how they will actually be able to get there. But yes, all of this is basically what I think will happen in the Reverie. I haven't gone much into detail, more than I already have actually. The various interactions between the various attendants, I left Wapol out of the picture entirely on purpose, because I really don't think that his participation will have any impact. Like, if Kaido does attack the Reverie, as soon as Kaido appears, Wapol will flip, he will die, he'll have a heart attack the minute he appears. So, I don't think Wapol is important for this at all. Maybe he has some involvement in Cobra's death. If that happens, it would be cool, but I'd rather leave him out for now, at least until the Reverie actually starts. Then I might theorize on those videos when they arrive. So, what I mean is that the Reverie will set the stage for the biggest arc of the New World overall arc for now and so far, with the largest amount of players that we've ever seen in any saga, even higher than Marineford. So we will have the Straw Hat Pirates, the Heart Pirates, Kinemo and all the samurais they are able to gather, Inuarashi, Nekomamushi and the Minks, Marco and the Whitebeard Pirates remnants, Vivi, Pell, Shaka maybe, Kid Handy's crew, who will join the alliance out of need. They won't stay, they will just join in sort of, we are going to repay the favor, and we'll also have some accounts to fulfill. So yes, we'll have the Tone Tartar fleet, and finally the big player of this arc, I believe, will be X-Drake and his former crew. Maybe, I don't know what happened to Drake's crew, but I think they all allied under Kaido, kinda like Capone did to Mama. The difference here being that X-Drake has been in it all along. My idea, and it's one that a lot of people have, I believe that Drake and his crew have been allies with Law ever since Shibondi. Ever since Law met Drake in Shibondi saying, "Oh, that was really cool of you, stopping that fight between them." Former Commodore X-Drake. Because they might not know it, but Law and Drake were once on the same island. Swallow Island was the island where Drake's father had the Ope Ope no Mi. It was the place where Corazon died. it was an island of a lot of happenings to both of them. I don't think any of them knows that. It would be awesome if they knew. But I think that in Shebondi, Law filled Drake in with his plan. He went like, I have this plan to defeat a Yonko. I know one of his weaknesses, which was Don Flamingo, but I need someone to really infiltrate his ranks. And I think that you are the guy for it. You have a prehistoric devil fruit, which I'm sure he'll totally love. So, what do you say? You, me, and that hot-headed, straw-hat Luffy. I mean, I don't even think that Law knew that he was going to get Luffy until after Marineford. So what I think is, Law was like, I have a plan to defeat a Yonko. You'll infiltrate him, and in the meantime, we'll keep in touch, and I'll find someone to join the ranks. And that's Luffy. So, I'm a firm believer that X-Drake, Trafalgar Law, and Monkey D. Luffy will form a three-party alliance after this saga. Maybe not a three-party. Maybe Drake's joining will just be for the Wano country, for the Wano saga, maybe. But it would be cool to see the three of them joining forces as a big-time alliance. As for Kid, as I said, Kid will not be an ally. It won't be the Drake, Law, Kid and Luffy alliance. If anything, it will be the Drake Pirates, the Heart Pirates and the Straw Hat Pirates alliance only. The Kid Pirates will be there, they will be grateful, they'll do their job, they'll defeat Apu. I think that Kid will fight against Apu. And that's it. They will go right back to what they were doing. Kid might stay in his alliance with... what's his face? Oh, the voodoo guy. Oh, come on! I can't believe it. I'm forgetting this guy's name. Yes, I'm going to the wiki again. Shame on me. What's his face? Basil Hawkins. That's it. So I think that Kid might stay in his alliance with Hawkins, and I think that maybe Drake will leave the Heart and Straw Hat alliance after Wano. He'll be like, you know what? I helped you. I done some pretty nasty stuff while I was here. So yeah, I done my part. Now you guys do yours. I'm gonna go back to do whatever it is I was doing. Scratchman Apu will be defeated. I believe he might even be arrested or get arrested. So that's one less supernova out of the picture. So yes, I think that the Wano saga will be completely bananas. If we thought that Dressrosa with its 100 chapters was big, I think and I hope, I sincerely hope, that Wano country has a little bit more than that. Because if everything happens that I think will happen, if everything that I think will happen happens, Wano country will be a big saga, a very, very big saga. So there's a lot more points in this. There's the continuation of this, the follow-up on this with the Wano country itself. But I will leave that not only until the Reverie, especially until the Reverie, but until at least the end of Whole Cake. Because there's a lot of things to be considered into making a theory on the Wano saga that need answers from the Whole Cake saga. For instance, will Big Mom be defeated? Is Luffy strong enough to defeat a Yonko and his crew? Those are some questions that need to be answered. How is the world going to be after the whole cake? How is the world going to be after the Reverie? Those are some questions that need to be answered, and they need to be answered before I can think of any plausible theories about the Wano country saga. I can think of a lot of things for Wano. Like, I can think that Luffy will defeat Kaido, but I sincerely doubt it. As it is now, the man is being troubled as he is with Big Mom. So to go from Big Mom to Kaido is like, we know that Big Mom is strong. Don't get me wrong. I actually regret ever saying that Big Mom was the weakest of the uncles. She might still be, but from what she's shown, the power level is just equaled at my standards. She might be as strong as Kaido, for all we know. So, damn, I'm totally parched. I've been at this for a half an hour. Well, it's not that long. I thought I was going to go for longer. So yeah, there's a lot of things to consider. Some things I really want to see answered in the end of Whole Cake Island, and maybe in the Reverie, before I can actually start. I don't want to build on this theory of the Reverie before actually seeing if some of that confirms itself, because then I know, if it doesn't confirm, that everything from then on is not going to be right. So I'm gonna do this in parts. This is the Reverie part. This is what I think will happen in the Reverie, and some of it will carry over. I think most of it will carry, even if nothing from here is right. I think that some things that will happen in the Reverie will carry over to Wano. Whether they are more drastic or not, it remains to be seen. So we will see. Until then, the theorizing gears will keep on turning, as they always are. My head is a full-on gear, always turning with possibilities. Now, this was my theory on how the Reverie saga will unveil. Please do give me your opinions in the comment section down below. Do you think that anything I said makes any sense? Do you have your own ideas for the Reverie saga? Please do let me know in the comment section down below. Let us debate, let us theorize together, because this is what this channel is for me to share my opinions and you guys share yours as well. And this is it for me for today. I need a sip of water because my god, I'm parched. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow with this week's chapter of Boku no Hero Academia. I'm really looking forward to see how that whole situation with Mirio and Overhaul will pan out. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I say once again my goodbyes to you. Please leave your support and your opinions down below, and see you tomorrow. Goodbye.